Summit County Cares helps one young family find space for their newborn. Phil Lindemann, Krystal, 93 News. First, Summit County Coroner has identified the man who died yesterday at Keystone as Martin Chater of Golden. The 66-year-old died of cardiac arrest while skiing on a frontside run. He had a history of cardiac issues. This is the first inbounds death of the season in Colorado and second skier death. A backcountry skier was killed by an avalanche on Cameron Pass earlier this month. Dogs and cats are big business. A trade group estimates Americans will spend $75.4 billion on pets this year, but activists with PETA warn that pet stores are not created equal.
They are making money off of selling small animals, many of whom die and suffer before they ever even reach the stores.
That was Dan Payton, vice president for PETA, referring to large chains like PetSmart and Petco that sell lizards and birds. In Colorado, they are held to a higher standard.
Colorado is alone in this country in having a program at the Department of Agriculture that regulates and inspects these stores.
This year alone, state inspectors found 80 violations at Petco stores, including 3 at the Dillon store, like an expired vet license.
That agreement was outdated by 4 months. I mean, that's a purely irresponsible thing to do, and you could see very easily how that could lead to animals suffering without care and perhaps dying.
Records show the Dillon store corrected all violations in less than 3 weeks and is now in compliance, while violations at other stores on the Front Range resulted in the deaths of lizards and ferrets. The average price of a home in Summit County this November was nearly $1.4 million, up from a low of $1 million in October for the highest sales price since June. The Summit Association of Realtors shows home sales and prices are both up 13 and 18%. Average prices range from $730,000 in Wilderness to $1.7 million in Breck. Both homes and condos are spending more time on the market, about 13 weeks compared to 10.5 weeks last year. When locals need help buying groceries or keeping the heat on, they come to Michelle Infante.
So you're not alone. If you think you are, you're not alone.
Infante is Supportive Services Manager at FIRC. He tells the story of a young couple with a newborn who quickly outgrew their small apartment.
Fortunately, they found that bigger place. They found a 2-bedroom in Breckenridge. However, when it was time to move in, the landlord said, "Hey, I'm going to need $6,000.
But the two could not afford that on hospitality wages, and they came to Infante for help.
We were able to, assess the situation, figure out a plan, and as part of that plan, we were able to help him with one of the payments towards that $6,000. And the family support coordinator was also able to advocate with the landlord to let the family pay the last month's payment in installments.
That boost came from the Summit County Cares Fund, helping locals in need since 2008.
We know in FIRC that some of our families are one emergency away from being on crisis.
Summit County Cares has raised nearly $500,000 since 2008, with a goal of $50,000 every year, and they are about to reach that goal with donations. Donate directly through summitfirc.org. Today in roadwork news, CDOT is blasting boulders near Idaho Springs tomorrow, closing both sides of I-70 from 9 a.m. to noon. All westbound traffic is closed at Floyd Hill, and eastbound traffic is closed at Silverthorne beginning at 8:15 a.m. U.S. Highway 6 at A Basin also shuts down by 8:15. In sports, all Colorado teams are off today, back tomorrow with the Avalanche and Nuggets. And in local sports, brought to you by Wilderness Sports in Dillon, this morning was race 4 of the A-Basin Rise and Shine Rando Series, where David Giardini won the men's title. Undefeated champ Rory Kelly did not make a start, and Jill Seeger claimed her second women's title in 2 weeks. Peter Innes, Jason Kilgore, Christina Ward, and Gwen Rudy rounded out the podiums. Next race in that series is after Christmas, January 7th. The Up and Atom Race Series at Frisco Nordic Center is tomorrow, Wednesday at 7 a.m. with a skate race. Online registration is closed, but on-site registration opens 6:15 a.m. tomorrow. And all Summit High sports teams have the night off, back tomorrow for hockey and basketball. Phil Lindemann, Krystal, 93 News.